Broken Arrow, no fancy intros this time. We are going in hot and heavy. The US Marine Corps will be raiding Baltisk in a daring operation. This is the most televised mission so far, as it was the demo mission, and I have played it a few times. Hit like and subscribe for more.
Gentlemen, we've just received the green light for the landing operation on Baltisk Peninsula. The Russian Baltic fleet is currently resupplying in the harbor of Kaliningrad and will soon be ready to take to sea. Taking control of this peninsula would trap them in the lagoon, rendering them basically non-operational in the region. Our troops are ready to storm the beach, but according to our latest satellite data, a mobile coastal artillery battery is defending the harbor. These guns must be silenced before we can launch the main assault, or this will turn into Omaha Beach 2.0. The guns have been spotted here. This is a battery of Barrick 130mm howitzers. They can detect and engage fast-moving targets above the water. That includes ships and helicopters. Local intel reports that a battery of surface-to-air missiles is present on the south bank of the lagoon. But the precise position of each launcher is unknown, as they are relocated every day. That makes a missile or airstrike way too hazardous. Our best option is to send in a light force to eliminate the anti-air batteries by surprise and open the way for the main landing. They don't expect that kind of attack, so the ground forces in the area are limited. Commander, you will be in charge of this raid while I organize the main landing. Prepare your troops, but remember, it's a one-time opportunity, so it's make or break. Make it happen, Commander. Good luck.
Commander, I've gathered as much information as possible about the operating forces in the region. You can consult them in the mission intel section if you wish.
May I have a word, Commander? In private, please. It's about the General. I know you hold him in high esteem, but you haven't known him as long as I have. The truth is, he is a dangerous man. He's getting old, and this conflict might be his last chance to fulfill his dream of seeing his name in the history books. That makes him dangerous. For you and your men. For himself, for everyone. Books are full of great battles and proud generals, but never talk about the men who work towards avoiding such glorious slaughters. So when the day comes, and it will come, believe me, to choose between reason and glory, I'm counting on you, Commander, to make the right choice.
The ships cannot approach as long as the coastal battery located in this fort is operational. The anti-air missiles are located on the other side of the canal. A Russian missile battery generally consists of 6 launchers. 2 of them have been located on the beach, but the others must be hiding in the nearby city.
Sir, the reconnaissance group has made contact with the enemy and reports the presence of a tank platoon defending the area. I hope you brought some dedicated anti-tank units.
Alright, we spent a few minutes mustering up our forces. They are undetected. We have to hold fire. We've got a good line of sight on all of the vehicles that are patrolling the town, but once we open fire, all hell will break loose, and the artillery will try to dial us in. But the dragons are out. The goal is to take down the tank platoon ASAP, and that will make our role a little bit easier. Big hit there. Long range shot. Not able to take down the armored vehicle. Alright, let's get ready to move.
Pedal to the metal. Order, ready to fire.
Enemy tank
That
destroyed.
ATGM managed to reacquire its target.
Troops have engaged the enemy. It will take them a little time to figure out what's going on, but we've got to hurry now.
Putting up the smoke screen. Getting ready for the advance. The dragons are now out of ammo. It's their biggest weakness. They only have 4 missiles. It takes 2 to take out most vehicles. Force Recon have been spotted. They managed to take it down. We are outside of their artillery range at the moment. But once we cross that line where the shells are exploding, they'll be able to dial us in. So we'll wait until this volley finishes, and then we'll move out.
Marines standing by.
We have a beautiful smoke screen.
That vehicle. Lab, ready for action. All asses dismount. Shoot anything on sight. Already there.
We have some infantry from the garrison on the right-hand side. We'll make our push through, try and set up a position in one of these buildings.
Transport engaged in combat. Everyone dismount.
Dismounting.
Personal carrier.
Second team moving up on the left flank, trying to get into this line of buildings here.
Catchers, disembark. Someone call for a cab. Armored transport standing by.
Marines and Force Recon are engaged.
Roger. We're Oscar Mike.
Things are looking quite safe at the moment. We have spotted the first missile launcher.
Singer team at your
We need to order everyone to open fire.
Fire only when fired upon. Double dogs here.
Have to do it individually, it wasn't working.
Missile launcher destroyed!
Marines in combat. Send your order.
We have a grenade team putting pressure on one of our Marine units.
Order ready. Send coordinates.
We need another line of smoke, just to take the pressure off of our front line. And here comes the artillery barrage.
Armored transport reporting in. Gauge on site. Roger. Engage.
Transports have spotted a BMP.
Waiting for. Drive. Anti-tank here. Copy. Fire only when fired upon.
Once this barrage finishes, we will advance.
Lab here. Go ahead.
I have bought on most of my force, so my income is very, very small. But as long as I can preserve my guys and just use my income for resources and supplies, I think we'll be okay.
Breaker 19. Who needs supplies? Roger. Moving to next waypoint.
So we've brought all of the transports back for resupply and repair.
Get out in 10 seconds. Not 10 fucking.
And I'm going to try and sneak some supplies up here to my infantry. The problem is the artillery barrage is very good at finding your your supply dumps.
Roger. Call for fire. Receive. I got my ears on. Go ahead.
So we have a small shipment arriving now. Try and resupply them before the artillery restarts.
Fast is out. Lab here.
Got a lav up here on the flank.
Punch it. Full speed.
Dismount Force Recon to take out this infantry unit.
Marines.
LAV is engaged on the beach.
U.S. Marine. Ready for combat.
Those supplies are getting to the boys.
Ready.
It's not enough though for the right team.
Requesting orders. Stinger team here.
Relocate the Stinger team
Buddy home.
closer to the supplies. And the second artillery barrage has begun.
U.S. Marine. Hoorah.
This is where we need to use up our supplies straight away and get away from the dump. Too late. And the other one has been consumed, so there's no risk of explosion.
Marine Raiders engaged in combat. Breach and clear.
We need to have the momentum for when that artillery stops. Let's go.
Order at your command, sir.
More smoke, more smoke.
Call for fire received. Forcon here.
Forcon's okay on the right. Let's put them back in their vehicle. More supplies required for the mortars.
Personal carrier here. Good copy. Next waypoint.
We left some units behind.
Relocating.
Damn it.
Need supplies?
That's right, there's no pressure, no rush.
Mount.
Although that will build once we cross that canal.
Here's our cab, ladies. Mount up and move out. AT specialists at your disposal. Armored transport ready.
Armored units on the right, attacking our supply vehicle. The LAV won't be able to fight both of those.
Fire,
dismounted. Force Recon managing to get out, but they're under heavy pressure.
Enemy tank eliminated.
The entire tank platoon has been destroyed. Good job.
Hoorah! Check that building. Copy.
Let's send some help over to Forcon. They are in big trouble. Get out of the building. One man left. And they succumb to fire.
US Marine, ready for combat.
Oh no, our fresh supply vehicle just got blasted with artillery.
Anti-aircraft team is under fire. Speed is of the essence now.
Stinger teams are taking massive damage.
Move to that building. Raiders engaged in combat. Marines in combat.
Just keep moving up, leapfrogging from building to building. A recoilless rifle.
We are engaged. Mortar ready, sir.
Whoa. Let's put a line of smoke here so we can deal with the units in the buildings.
Copy. We take that building.
Stinger launched but unable to make a second contact and bring that chopper down. The recoilless rifle is about to succumb to our fire. New smoke has been laid and we'll start advancing.
Marines standing by.
Stinger teams got brutalized by that artillery.
Reporting in. Get your asses out of my vehicle. Lab, awaiting.
Fresh supplies on the way. They might not get there before the next wave of artillery rounds.
Go ahead.
Hoping if we have closer units, the artillery might focus on them and give my teams here a chance to resupply.
Lab here. We're combat ready.
Beautiful ambush there as the BMPs push through the smoke. We lost our LAV, but the two Marine units here chewing up the BMPs.
Get your head out of your foot point of contact and move out.
Just reapply that smoke, just keep it nice and dense. Because I've played this mission before, I do know what's happening next, and that will be a wave of coastal defense troops.
I want to base some fire at that building.
Well, we're not going to learn our lesson by putting the LAV there all the time.
We're on a schedule here. Looking forward to going home. Anti-tank team engaged in combat.
When I played the demo, I do remember the buildings being slightly bigger and providing better cover if you hid behind them from artillery.
Forcon here. We're under
But it seems to me like they've made the buildings smaller.
Roger. We're out
It's not a big deal to me.
Double dogs here. US Marine. Hoorah.
Move up, move up.
Marines Force Recon. At
Looks
your
like we have a chopper coming in close to have a look at us. One singular rocket blowing up our supply dump.
Infantry has been spotted crossing the canal. Prepare for a counteroffensive.
Breaker 1-9. Who needs supplies? All walking sandbags. Jump out. Already
Let's bring the vehicles up here for fire support.
What's a Marine?
Try and get a front line put up.
Marines at your orders, sir.
These guys are all in bad shape except for the Marine Raiders.
Marines at your command, sir. Marine Raiders, standing by.
Missile
Marines
launcher
here, we're in
destroyed.
combat. Mortar ready. Send coordinates.
Frontline supply depots aren't working today. That's alright, it's fun to see the big boom
Anti-tank team.
and realize you messed up in the best kind of way.
We have a building to secure.
Hollywood way.
Establish a base of fire in that building. Troop transport ready. Someone call for a cab?
So this should force the Russians to push through the smoke straight into our ambush.
US Marines, ready for combat. Prepare for entry. Who needs support?
Just keep it up. Keep sending the smoke.
Roger, moving out.
Ineffective fire from the artillery this time.
We're the tip of the spear.
they overshot us because they couldn't see us, I think. We did lose both of our Stinger teams. And let's bring on some Force Recon as well.
Good copy. Next waypoint received. Already there.
In the demo, when you killed all the anti-aircraft emplacements, you had a heap of time to just marshal up your forces and then attack the coastal artillery on the other side. But now they've taken that freedom of time away from us, and as soon as we destroy the anti-aircraft emplacements, an airstrike will come in and take out the coastal artillery, and then we have a few minutes to get across the canal and up into the fort. So we have to be ready. Just lost a vehicle there, too close. But the plan worked. The Russians forced to come into close range fire, and we have the numbers. And I think that's the end of those naval infantry. However, the artillery will continue to harass us. So what we might do is mount up and then retreat, resupply everybody. Just going to retreat back to our forward operating base, resupply everybody, and then we will make our push to the final artillery and cross the canal. So that took about 7 minutes, and we are ready for our assault on the final anti-aircraft position. Then we will be ready to scream across that canal and up the side of the fort. I will have access to helicopters. I think I'll use Ospreys, and we'll try and drop some infantry into the city center as well. Oh, there's another one there. Our smoke was so effective that we couldn't see it when we had that defensive lineup. Bring in a spare LAV to pick up our Forcon that we left behind. That house was deleted by fire. Pushing through the smoke, there'll be a couple of vehicles here and the missile launcher.
Armored transport, standing by.
2 missile launchers.
Missile launcher taken out. Missile launcher eliminated.
I didn't know what hit them.
That was the last anti-aircraft launcher. The way is clear for the planes. I'm sending in an air raid to deal with the artillery.
Pedal to the metal. Get us the fuck out of here!
Okay, so I will have to dismount my infantry.
Team is on its way.
Well, some of them, a few teams. Here comes the airstrike. And then we'll put them in Ospreys, race them across, and everyone else will
Coastal
cross
artillery destroyed. Now
the
take
water.
that fort and establish a defensive perimeter. Enemy paratroopers are mobilizing for a counterattack as we speak.
We could
Air
rush the
assets
fort
are
now, but I'd
available,
prefer to
Commander.
have air
You can
support.
call in helicopters from the reinforcements panel.
Good copy. Next waypoint received.
Supplies are here. The infantry that I need are inside the Ospreys,
Roger. Moving out. Personal carrier ready.
and we are just going to race across this canal, up the side of the hill, into the fort,
Copy. Next waypoint
set up a defensive position. And ideally, I'd like to get my Stinger teams up on the hill ASAP, so that they can put some fire on the paratroopers, try and shoot down one of their airdrop aircraft.
Thrusting forward.
We have a line of smoke ready.
Flight plan confirmed.
I think our mortars can fire while on the water, but I haven't tested that. The Ospreys are on their way. They won't have any support. It might be hot. See an enemy ammo dump.
Cargo drop. Watch your heads.
We are flying low, that's why we are slow.
Osprey is mission ready.
So we'll drop in 3 separate buildings.
Easy coordinates received.
One of our Ospreys is taking heavy fire.
Helicopter status is red.
Small arms fire is much better against choppers than I expected. We're going to lose that Osprey. Maybe I should have gone in high and fast. Oh well. Tell that to the families. We lost Javelins, Raiders, and Force Recon. Expensive day. The other 2 Ospreys have dropped off their troops, and now we are ready to push.
New flight plan received. Tilt-rotor aircraft here. Low and slow. Here we go.
Ospreys are dawdling.
Osprey tilt-rotor aircraft here.
Too cautious.
Prepare the package. We arrive for the lift.
Moving out. Who needs support?
Yeah, if I did that again, that would be high and fast. There wasn't any anti-aircraft or manpads around.
Mission ready. We're done here. RTB.
Pedal to the metal.
Our troops are about to land. Let's move our Raiders and Marines over here to reinforce the other team.
Order available, sir. Solid copy.
Give them a bit of cover on one side.
Lab ready for combat. Roger.
Get the hell up the side of that hill now.
All walking sandbags. Jump out.
We have 1 minute until the assault.
Troop transport ready.
We'll try and spread out a bit.
Troop transport reporting in. Personal carrier here. Armored transport standing by. Fast is out. Everybody out.
The enemy paratroopers have taken off and will be on you any minute now. The ships are on their way. Your orders are to hold your position until the arrival of the landing party.
Armored transport reporting in. Order ready to fire.
That's cool. You can fire on the water.
Who wants a skylight for his house?
If you're going to have to lay mortars, that's a pretty cool place to do it.
Indefensible if enemy troops take them. We should hold those buildings as long as we can.
Here come the paratroopers.
This is it. The enemy paratroopers are here.
2 hits, not enough to bring one down.
Orders. Rock up, we're moving.
But we can give them a hefty repair bill.
Troop transport reporting in.
Alright, we need to guard the flank from these armored vehicles. Get a 4 recon over here.
Order available, sir.
And our Vipers are ready.
Reporting in. Roger Wilco. Flight plan confirmed.
We have to keep an eye out for Iglas now. Let's take out this supply dump.
Engaging marked target. Attacking marked position.
Shoot it.
Going hot. Roger. Attacking marked area.
There's another one. Take it.
Targeting the area. Flight plan updated.
We won't be able to use them later.
Target area received.
Looks like a helipad.
Flying there now.
Now we'll put some pressure on these infantry here. Our ATGM teams are about to die. There's not much I can do about it. Slowing down time for a second so I can lay some smoke.
Call for fire.
Give the orders that we need.
Fire coordinates received.
The smoke there to try and help those last remnants of the defenders. Marine Raiders are arriving in the building as well as reinforcement Marines.
Move your ass.
Alright, they've got Iglas. Let's get out of here.
Flying low. New flight plan received. Target locked. Engaging. Deploy.
Alright, our smoke cover has arrived, but we are taking artillery fire. Viper's taking out one of the armored units, pushing through the smoke.
Viper at your command. AH-1 standing by.
cross-map hellfire. This LAV's holding its own. Drop the Forcon.
Marines force recon at your command.
About to fight a BTR.
Taking fire! Someone after a ride? Viper here.
Right, Russian troops have pushed into the city square. And they are engaged with Forcon, Marines, and the remnant Viper that stayed behind to provide cover. The reinforcement Marine unit trying to cross into the city square has been suppressed in the forest.
Personal carrier here.
Let's get some flanking fire on these armored units. Stinger team, move back.
I love big guns. Look alive!
Actually, that was a bad time to move them.
What can I do for you?
We need an Osprey. Let's bring some supplies, a buttload of supplies. I'm going to drop them in the center there. And hope to God the artillery doesn't hit them. Forcon's in big trouble. The Viper is badly damaged, but still putting effective fire on those troops in the square. Taking out the Igla team is a priority.
Awaiting mission.
Supplies have arrived.
Emergency unload.
This is going to be a very dangerous drop.
Spray is in the air.
Let's try and drop some in the city square. Again, a very dangerous drop with armored units right on the doorstep. The Marine Raiders and their counterpart Marine unit are in big trouble. The Osprey is taking heavy fire from a huge mass of Russian troops that are pushing towards the fort. And we are running out of options here. We need to hold for another 3 minutes. We need to bring in fresh infantry. And it looks like the city square might collapse, but those troops there in the square did a fantastic job of holding that skyscraper. They've dialed in one of our Marine units, being chewed up by heavy automatic fire. Lighting up the hillside, we're going to put some artillery. The first time we've launched high explosive today, we've lost a Marine unit and also lost the high rises.
Artillery onto you from there. Stand by. I'm calling in an air raid to level these buildings.
The mortars, fast to react, but we are also taking artillery fire as the shells from the Russian mortars scream into the fort. This Osprey here trying to drop infantry has taken a manpad hit and a second one, all infantry on board, casualties, letters home required. We need to drop them on the back line. They have to hot-foot it into the combat zone.
Take back the buildings now. We remodeled a little. Let me know what you think.
I'm pushing my AVTRACs in to try and retake that square. We don't have any infantry support, so I don't like their chances. We badly need supplies over here. The countercharge worked. We managed to push the Russians back, but now we need to retreat. Serious damage here for the AVTRACs. Deploying smoke. But they were able to be taken down by RPGs. High explosive fire into the building's rubble. The airstrike leveling them.
The landing party is almost there. Hold tight.
90 seconds. Supplies are arriving. Again, another risky drop. Can we afford to lose a King Stallion?
Nap of the earth flight.
Sneaking in over the top of the tree line. Desperately needed supplies. These guys will have to hold for a while, so I would like them to be in fighting shape. Alright, get the hell out of there. Oh, what the? I'm not sure what happened there, but it was probably a manpad. Reinforcements have arrived for the fort. We've run out of smoke cover. Bringing in another Viper. This Stallion could grab the remnants of our supplies from before.
Flying there now.
Those mortars finding a great target here. The Russian troops in the open. The weapons teams, they're making their advance, but now they are shocked by the artillery. Let's reposition that fire. The mortars are quick to react, which I like. Forkon has been destroyed and we've lost sight of those Russian troops advancing on the fort. 15 seconds to go though. We have this defense in the bag. Oh no, we have an Igla.
The landing party is finally here. Time for the big show.
Hit the Igla! Shit! We managed to suppress him. And now the real fight starts.
Here's the situation, Commander. Your group holding the fort has drawn the enemy to the tip of the peninsula. Our landing party is ready to flank them, trap them, and finish them off. Our landing crafts and helicopters give us the ability to strike anywhere on the coast. But we have a limited amount of troops, and bringing reinforcements ashore will take time, so you need to define your priorities. The enemy paratroopers have dropped the bulk of their equipment in the fields to the north of the town. They need to regroup for a while, but will soon be ready to attack. Striking them first would save us some trouble. The city garrison is still in disarray. Seizing the city center immediately without giving them time to reorganize would make the task much simpler. And you need to hurry, Commander. Your men at the fort won't hold forever.
I've got access to the LCAC, the landing craft.
M1 Abrams ready for action.
I played this mission yesterday and it was bugged here and I didn't get access to the landing craft, but it looks like it's working. Where do we want Williams to attack? We want her to attack the landing zone for the VDV, and I will concentrate on linking up with my troops. That's something that I always do last, so I want to do that as a priority this time. We worked damn hard to get those guys on that hill, so we're going to work damn hard to get them off it. Send the AVTRACs up here. They don't have recon support. And we already have one lost here in the forests. We do have recon support, I just didn't use it. Now we have an enemy mortar dropping shells on our heads.
Pedal to the metal. Throttle, full ahead. New course set.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. I thought I asked for it to spawn and then it didn't do it. We have a lot of money to spend too. Let's get our Marines back to the beach to replenish their losses. We have a truck here armed with a 23mm, so we have to lay a pretty effective ambush on it or it'll shred us. Alright, the M1A1s are going to push forward. Bringing in a couple of Vipers.
Good copy. Next waypoint received.
Just the one Abrams fitting on the landing craft.
Marines under fire! US Marine! Hoorah!
Troops on the hill are starting to take losses. We need to push a little bit harder. Vipers are ready. We'll put them over here and give them some fire support.
Heads down!
Once a Marine, always
Oh dear.
move! Watch your spacing!
The Marines have just been separated from their transports.
Combat awaiting command! Come on, hold in that building! Marines in combat!
Is that how you welcome all your tourists around here? We have detected the origin of the strike. A few cruise missiles from our destroyer will teach them some manners.
Hoo-hoo! This thing's armed with Sea Whiz, anti-aircraft missiles, Tomahawks, and a main gun, which we can also use as an artillery, which is cool. I love the Arleigh-Burke. And it looks like it does vertical launch now, which is great. In the beta and the demo, it was just shot them out of it. It didn't have that vertical launch.
Enemy Grants destroyed.
I would like to see it use its interceptor missiles too, though.
All hands, action stations!
Vipers are trying to dig out that infantry unit in the building. Once they're gone, we should have a pretty safe place to extract our infantry. If they want to keep fighting, they're welcome to. Let's link up. Force recon taking effective artillery fire. The nearby infantry unit spotting for them. And we lost them. Oh, damn. The Arleigh-Burke providing naval gunfire support. And Williams is struggling to make way in here. Right, we are close to linking up, bringing in some extra supplies. Probably super dangerous, but we like doing dangerous things here. We've got some extra infantry to back them up. Yeah, we are now taking Iglas. Dodging that one. Going to get the supplies down, thankfully.
We've linked up with the Marines holding the fort. There are many wounded requiring treatment, but those who
Get the hell out of there, boys.
Continue to fight with us.
Death or glory, that's the spirit.
No, that second one. Yep. The missile splashed down. Thankfully, the Osprey is going to make it away. Our Vipers are out of rockets, but they still have their Hellfires. Okay, so all of our boys in the fort have rejoined our ranks. And now we're going to make a push towards the city center. And I'll have to send transports and all sorts of stuff to pick them up. Just bring in everything. Bring it all! Alright, let's make these guys safe. We'll pull them out and get them back into the fight. We have contact here in the city's center. That Lav AD trying to delete the street. I hear a missile and it's coming straight for us. Quick move to the forest. We've got no supplies left. Pulled everyone back to the beach. I figured that would be the safest thing with all of those man pads around. Oh, the Lav AD's peeking out. Get out of the way. I haven't used this unit yet. The Avtrac with the Miklik. Short range. I believe it's a building deleting weapon. This Osprey's ballsy, dropping off 2 units of Marines. Forcon happy to see them.
New flight plan received.
So we're just moving building to building. This Osprey looks like it might be in trouble. As long as we get the troops out, that's the main thing. These last guys running on foot. Hello, Mr. T-Lamb. Missing. Damn it. I was hoping that would finish the fight. Taking fire from a recoilless rifle in a skyscraper. And the skyscraper is taking hits from our Abrams with high explosive. push the BMP-2, shoot it in the face.
One more hit and our vehicle's dying. Smoke screen deployed. We're the tip
That
of the
recoilless rifle proving to be elusive.
advanced and secure.
Satisfying end to his trouble.
Is ready to rumble. Destroyer at your orders.
Let's destroy their supply dumps.
Engaging.
And that thing. They gave me 32 Tomahawks to use, as if I'm not going to use them.
Heavy cab engaged in combat. Time to seize the initiative.
Have track destroyed. But the objective here has been taken,
Abrams ready to roll.
and we still have to find the MLRS.
M1 Abrams here.
I thought I destroyed it, but there must be another one.
Need a helicopter
Being flanked. Enemy tank has been hit. Our forces have taken a fair amount of damage.
on my mark.
It's a T-90.
Lab, engaged in combat.
Not anymore.
Combat.
A huge amount of supplies.
Ready for combat. Armor
And
train.
then I will destroy some skyscrapers.
Laying down suppressive fire. Lab here. We're combat ready.
Didn't really need to delete those buildings.
Standing by.
There's no one home.
Double dogs here. Marines.
These are the troops that we pulled back. They're ready to fight. We'll drop them in here. Hot, hot, hot.
Drop the cargo.
And then we'll race across and help Williams secure the VDV landing zone.
LCAC ready.
Why is there an LCAC over there?
CA-53, ready to lift. Cut the rope, we unload here.
U.S. Marine, ready for combat. Marines at your command.
Osprey can take 2 full units of Marines.
A second MLRS battery is targeting us. Get covered.
Destroyer standing by.
Austrella. Not anymore. Haha.
All hands to stations. Target received. Engaging.
2 more Tomahawks. And then just...
I want all firepower on that position.
I want a barrage with the 5-inch.
Another MLRS position destroyed. The entire battery should be gone now.
Lift ready.
The city center is under our control, General.
Standing by.
Good, but our position will remain precarious as long as the enemy paratroopers are able to reinforce the peninsula. Secure their landing zone, but be careful. They've had enough time to assemble a substantial battle group.
Lav ADs just wrecked that Hind. But it did manage to get some of its missiles off.
All walking sandbags. Jump out.
Osprey at your command. Flying to board. Flying there now. The Osprey is in the air.
Right, load up these Ospreys, and I'll get them over to that line of buildings just before the landing zone. A couple of Vipers here to guard the beach. I've just landed some LCACs.
Cargo.
A couple of M1A1s to help with that push. The Osprey overshot. That's not where I wanted it to go. It might be where I ordered it to go, though. Let's make sure that we put it in the buildings before all the anti-aircraft defenses. The Ospreys are very fast, so they do tend to overshoot. Like this guy. So much inertia, not enough thrust.
Viper.
Oh, well, 52 men just saw their end, plus the pilots and crews.
Highly from destroyer standing by. All weapons, all hands, battle
What the hell was that? It was loud. Strela firing at our Vipers. Where are you? Delete that building.
AH-1 standing by.
Tomahawk on its way. There's the Strela up in the tree line.
Maximum power.
Lost a Viper. And we took out the Strela.
Landing craft at your orders.
Alright, we have the zone. The Alcacs are on their way back to the landing support craft.
Sir, the enemy landing zone has been secured.
Deployed.
All the objectives have been reached. Congratulations, Commander. I will recommend all the soldiers who fought at the fort for a medal. These men are heroes.
Successful mission. It took a little bit longer. I just took my time, chipped away at the Russians, and we have a successful landing. Make sure you tune in next time. Let's see what the Russians can counter with. Commander Tyrael, out.